girls, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this video from. Welcome to this very short, brief, and quick analysis. I want to share on some currency pairs, and I'll just be looking at three currency pairs because they're actually giving me something very, very nice, something interesting, something worth looking out for. And they are GBP Gbpnzd, and Eurnzd. So without wasting much time right here, let's go straight to the chart and see what the chart is saying concerning this pair from a technical standpoint. The market is beginning to move, we're beginning to see volatility, life is beginning to move into the market, and it's time for us to take that strike on the market. So this is GBP AUD, the 1 hour time frame. So I'm going to go to a bigger time frame from the daily, so we see what price is trying to do from a larger point of view down to what we are actually expecting price to do. So right here we saw that the GBP AUD has actually been in an uptrend. We saw this move, impulsive corrective, and now we had this move here, we had this drop and back to the upside. And when we're seeing something like this is just like a bigger form of like an M, or whatever you can call it, just like a bigger form of an M from the daily time frame. So it will be very, very interesting if we can get a setup on this pair right here, because we'll be looking at a lot of pips. And from the analysis I did on this pair, I'm anticipating at least for my entry, at least 700 pips on this pair. We still have more to go, but we're going to stop it. So right on GBP AUD on the daily time frame, we saw how price made this move, how these highs were cleared down here, and we had this drop. We had this area here, price came back there, then we had this drop, and price gave some other intradays and kept giving intradays entries, like also some little swing entries like this point, and went down here to this area. That's how price moved, broke the structure right here and moved upward. We had this open order block that has not been mitigated right here, so we mark it out, and price move, and here price is currently here. On the daily time frame, we are actually seeing some kind of rejection. We're actually seeing some kind of rejection, which is making things interesting. And we're currently at some IPA area. I know this is the daily time frame. You're likely not to see much candlesticks, so we're going to fall down to the 4 hour time frame and see what we've got there. Right here on the 4 hour time frame, what do we have? What is price trying to do? So on the 4 hour time frame, we have series of these areas, liquidity areas. I know price love going back to liquidity areas. Price is actually always attracted to liquidity areas, and also price love going back to orders that have not been mitigated. And if these orders have not been mitigated, wow, that means price is most likely to go back there to mitigate that order. And on the 4 hour time frame, we had a false move right here. This candlestick, this eye was placed here to give me like a vision of this candlestick, because this candlestick is actually very important. You know, after price broke out of this area, we would have been looking, okay, we've broken structure and we're coming back to the last area here for us to go higher. Or price is trying to accumulate new orders right here, or come here to touch it and go back up. That is why you saw this rejection right here. But price didn't do that. Rather, price did what it normally does to deceive. So price came here, gave us this engulfing candle, and we know whenever there's an engulfing candle on the chart, it is actually a strong candlestick pattern. Whenever you see an engulfing candle on the chart, a very strong one, and price gave that engulfing right there, that engulfing, and immediately dropped. When price dropped, something happened. This area, price gave us imbalance around this area. Imbalance, open order, which is actually one of our ideal way to trade the smart money concept of trading. Imbalance, IPA area. And when you see these two on the chart, just know, man, it's going to be a good one. So after getting the imbalance right there and the order block, so price is currently here. Let's go to where price is currently and see what price is actually doing. Price is currently here. Now, what is price doing? Price is taking its time. Price is taking its time. For retail traders might come here and say, okay, we've got the impulsive move and we're waiting for the corrective move. And we want to mark it, okay, this could pass for a pennant, so we've got the impulsive move, which is this. So waiting for the corrective move, then for us to go higher. From a retail standpoint, it is actually very important for you to have the ideas of retail traders so that you'll be able to use it against them. But personally for me, what I am looking out for right here on the chart, a retail trader is looking to buy the breakout to the upside. But for me, what I'm looking out here, yeah, I've got the pattern, we've got the chart patterns, but I'm looking out for this. We have this open order here, and price need to deceive someone. If we have this open order here, and we zoom out, we have this area of liquidity. I'm going to move this. We have this area of liquidity. So I am anticipating price to do its thing. This is where your patience will be tested. I'm anticipating this price to do its thing, come down here, go right up, then before I get that drop. Now, why am I anticipating price to come down here? Because this will actually trigger so many traders into the chart. If I'm to use a more defined area, or if I'm to use something like a support and resistance area, let me take out this line. Take out this line right here. Then I move this up a bit. Most traders, the moment they see something like this, they'll be like, okay, support is broken, retest, and drop. That's what the break and retest traders. Break and retest traders up, break, retest, drop. But personally for me, I'm looking out for the H4 order block, and look at it, it is still on the 3-hour order block. It is still on the 3-hour time frame rather. So I'm actually anticipating price to drop, mitigate that order block, and move to an higher order block. You know, we trade from order blocks to other blocks, except we are not approaching the market from that standpoint. So from this point right here, I'm going to throw my risk to reward ratio, and if it goes, fine. If it doesn't, fine. But this is actually an ideal setup right here. We have a 32 pip stop loss for 155 pips move. Now, are you seeing this? Now, I'll tell you why that point is our target. So right here, we have this. This one here, this one here. So take out stops here, liquidity right here, take out the top, and then we drop. So why are we looking at this area right here? Now, if you go back in time, we have this area of liquidity. This place is a new area of liquidity. this place. It's a new area of liquidity. And imagine price tapping into this area. There will be so much orders around this point for price to clear. There'll be so much orders around this point for price to clear. So we're anticipating price move to the upside, clear those orders. After clearing those orders, then let me show you something. There's something right here. Yeah, there we have the order block. This is the opening of the order block on the 3-hour time frame. Now, it is important to do top-down analysis, because on different time frames you begin to get various confirmation on why you should actually go into a trade. And it's important. Confirmations are important because they give you confidence. Even if the trade doesn't go in your way, we know that you entered based off your confirmations and you lost. So right on the daily, we saw something like this. Look at how price came to the opening of that order book. Just very clean, very clean, very clean. After mitigating the order block, price dropped how many pips? Price dropped a whole lot of pips, a whole lot of pips, a whole lot of pips. So you could see how the order block and the liquidity concept works. Wherever there's a liquidity area, anticipate that move. Wherever there's an order block, anticipate. Wherever there's an IP and an order block with liquidity, wow, fantastic, that would be a good one. So on the 3-hour time frame, we are seeing this order block. The opening of the order block has been marked, but I'm not interested in the opening of the order block because this will actually make my risk a lot bigger. So I'll drop down to a lower time frame, which is a 2-hour time frame. Now on the 2-hour time frame, let's see if we could get another order block. Right. Yeah, we got it. We got it. So we have this order block on the 2-hour time frame. The 2-hour time frame, we have that order block and stop loss above the order block. So let's go back and check. Let's go back and check. Now you can see why very large stop loss. So right here, the 27 pip stop loss. So you can see why I'm trying to trade from order block to order block, from 3-hour, 4-hour order block to a 3-hour, 2-hour order block. Then why am I anticipating all these areas? We have this area here, which the institution loves going back to equal low. We have this open order here with all this imbalance. So price might likely fall back to that place. We have these areas, all these areas, we have them here. And we have right here a daily order block. Daily or 4-hour order block. Yeah, we have a daily order block. So you can see how we are looking at this trade, daily order block, daily order block. So if we are to hold down this trade up to this point, that is 725 pips move. And now that is not all. We have this first move, and this is like a corrective move. So if we have to throw our fib on the chart, this is around the 88.6, a very deep retracement. If you have to throw a fib on the chart and target the -27 Fibonacci extension area, which is another order block area, which is naturally the take profit for when you have swings like this. We have this imbalance level, we have other blocks here. If we should draw our risk to reward down here, we're talking about 1,180 pip move to the downside. This is a whole lot of swing trade. There's a whole lot of swing. And let's check out how long it took for these to get to this move. It took around 74 days And if price is going to do 90% of its first move, so we're anticipating another 74 days. So you can see why I'm looking at this pair. I'm keen on this pair. I'm watching it carefully because we're not going to miss that sniper entry. We're not going to miss the potential 700 or a potential 1,000 pips. We have several areas of take profit, several areas. We have this order here, it hasn't been mitigated. We have this order. We have several orders that have not been mitigated, and we want the market to actually come back to those areas. So this is what I'm looking out for. GBPAUD. Now, the next I'll be looking out for is Gbpnzd. Gbpnzd. If you're not following us on YouTube and you're not doing well, don't have to follow us on YouTube. Click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, comment, join Trade House. We have a free group. If you're interested in the free group, we'll post a whole lot of information there. You can join the free group and also take advantage of what we post. And if you're interested in the premium, wow, fantastic. You have yourself a good one. Join the premium and also get this knowledge, because this is the only thing that can be taken away from you. If tomorrow I'm not there to call signals, if tomorrow I'm not there to do analysis, you could actually go in on the chart and actually use the knowledge you've got to do your own analysis. So right here we have Gbpnzd, and let's move on to the daily time frame. We always start from the daily time frame because it gives us an edge on the market. It makes us see lesser noise. We have clear stuff on what we want to do on the chart. Right here we have Gbpnzd. Some people might be anticipating the sell because of several week rejection on the daily time frame. It's actually a very powerful signal when you see price rejecting at a given place with wicks. It actually shows resistance and all. So we've taken out this liquidity. We've taken out this liquidity right here, and price actually trying to move back into structure. But why am I not perturbed about that? I'm actually not disturbed because I still need price to do something, of which it might not, but whichever way it does, price leads the way. And what do? We follow. So right here on Gbpnzd, we have this equal high, and also we have this area of imbalance area. You saw what price did here. Price cleared this liquidity area. Price cleared that liquidity area, cleared it deep into this position here, trying to close later of the others. Then we saw how price dropped. After price dropped a whole lot. Now we're finding our way back up, and we are almost there. Finding our way back up, and we are almost there. We're here now. We're yet to tap into that IPA area. And if we should go lower time frame, just take it one lower time frame at a time. 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 You see, we still have this imbalance right here. Price is yet to fill, and this little open structure right up. Well, I don't think price will get to that point. I think price will play with this imbalance. Just no strong reason, just from experience, what I have seen price done before. I feel price will play directly from that imbalance area. Play from that imbalance area. So let's see what we still have there. I see we're still having this open order here, this IPA here. So our two target entries will be first this IPA, secondly this other block. Now we are going to take trades based off candlestick reactions. based off pure technical stuff on the chart. That is how we're going to take trades on Gbpnzd. You know, you need to employ various strategy when trading the financial markets to be able to actually make good earns from the market. We need to employ various strategy. We need to employ various strategies so we'll be able to be on the good sides of the chart, because if you just have limited knowledge on the chart and you'll be struggling when price doesn't actually gives you that which you're actually looking for, or that which you're familiar with, then you feel, oh, price has failed me, and not giving me that which I am much or most familiar with. So right here, this is what we've got. Price is doing its thing. So as price is doing its thing, I'll just take this as an impulse, corrective impulse. Then we have this liquidity area also. We have this liquidity area of which so many people will be looking to, wow, so many people will be looking to actually short and go lower. Actually very possible if price is looking to come down to this area and also clear this equal low right here. But personally, I doubt if price want to break the structure. I personally doubt it. So instead of that, I feel price will just come down to this point, this open order right here. I feel price will just come down to that open order right here. Then we'll continue our journey to either this point, then we'll see how price reacts, or continue our journey. So the upside, you'll see how price reacts also before we anticipate that drop. And if we anticipate that drop, you know, we still have this liquidity right here. We still have this liquidity right here. So you see how we're just playing with liquidity, other blocks, imbalances, and it's actually very, very nice strategy to use, because you don't get trapped in the market again. You actually know what the market wants to do and you're prepared aforehand. So the next one I'll be looking out for is Eurnzd. Eurnzd has been playing a strong one with us here. I anticipated the price will go up from here. The price isn't doing that yet. Eurnzd anticipated the price will move out from those points, but you see, price touched this trend line and it's actually broken it. But that does not mean the trend has changed. That is what we must understand. Break of trend line does not mean trend has changed. Rather, break of structure shows change of direction. A break of structure from a higher perspective, because there's no true trend on the chart, because there's a trend in a trend that is inside another trend. If you have been trading, you should understand the statement that there is a trend in a trend that is in another trend. And from the daily to the 4 hours, the 3 hours, to the 2 hours, the 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, all have their trends, but we only trade the trend in line with higher time frame. Now we'll see what price did here. Price blew past this liquidity area and we saw the drop. So I was anticipating if price has done this, we still have this liquidity area, we have this liquidity area taken out, we have here. So I'm anticipating price to actually come down here. Anticipating price to come down to this open order. Come down to this open order. Come down to this open order and finally go upwards and finally move upwards. And if price is not doing that, we're just going to wait to see what price actually wants to do. And on this move right here, we didn't get a clear mitigation. We only came very close. So price might be looking to actually come back here. So price might be looking to just come back here and before we get that move. Remember, this is Eurnzd, where we caught 1,000 pip on, and we are still anticipating potential. We are still anticipating. We are still anticipating another 1,000 pips on this pair. Yeah, another plus 1,000 pips on this pair. If all things being equal and price plays the way we expect it to, then we are much likely to get it. But finger crossed, we are still watching this pair, and when it gets to our area of entry or area of interest, we're going to share it on Trade House. Do well to be part of Trade House. Do have a great day ahead, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and put on notification for more of the same videos. Thank you.